Hello YouTube, this is Andy from All Things Mini yet again. I think I've given up on the episode numbers because I can never remember which ones are which. And today I would like to talk about eBay with certain respect to our hobbies and stuff like that. Now, as you may or may not know if you're watching this video and stuff like that for the first time, or you know, my channel for the first time, I am removing all of my painting stuff for about a year for whilst I finish my PhD. As I said in a video response to Warhammer Joey's video, you've got to put things into perspective, and one of my perspectives is definitely the fact that I've got to get my PhD done on time and stuff like that because I have a mortgage to pay on my house. So, you know, but still anyway. And, you know, the aspect of money in general and stuff like that really does make you think about the hobby in general because, I mean, as I said, when I was... actually, if I can grab him. When I was in the hobby to begin with, and my first model I bought, as you may or may not know, of course, was him. If I can stand here, you might be able to see that he's going to be in view. Hopefully he is. Let's just check on the video. There we go. Might help if I do whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. Lehman Russ, prime like the Space Wolves. Now, he was my first proper model that I bought. That. And his they were plastic, not the metal versions. Two plastic versions of his Wolf Brothers cost me £4.99. Yes, lead. Actually, this would be a high lead content model because it was before white metal. And basically, yes, it was £4.99. And since then, GW and other people that do war games and stuff like that have been slowly increasing their prices due to increasing prices of raw materials and, you know, the enhancement of manufacturing techniques. They have constantly, constantly raised their prices up and up and up. And, you know, not that I want to get into discussion about it, but of course, as we know, Games Workshop really does raise their prices a lot further than most, and they normally do it for when they're just about to release something, you know, quite revolutionary and brand new. They say it's quite revolutionary, brand new. So most people, myself most definitely included, look at eBay and you think to yourself, well, you know, I mean, like with the orcs and stuff like that, you know, if you had to buy orcs, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. You know, for 40k, or any horde army, let alone, you know, for that matter. I mean, as you know, I collect vampire counts. I bought from eBay for £45 from a chap. Well, I don't think it's a chap. I think it's a lady called Troll Trader down in St Coulon in Cornwall. Good. They've got good stock there, so you know, certainly give them a try. And I bought a box of Mantic Undead for £44 or thereabouts. I can't really remember. I totaled up for the for like between Mantic and GW how much it would cost GW if I was, you know, exactly Mantic, you know, like for like, and it was coming out about 180 odd pounds if I was to buy the boxes to make up the Mantic set. So of course it's light to dark. You can save an awful lot of money. You do get some people on eBay which, they make me laugh my backside off. They really do. They'll try and sell things for absolutely huge amounts of money, and well, you know, and it comes into a double-edged sword situation again. What is reasonable, what isn't, and so on and so forth. I mean, I've got a mountain bike, a full suspension bike. I just tried selling on eBay. I could certainly do with the money at the moment. And there were plenty of watchers and nobody put a bid on it. But something did happen afterwards, which I'll tell you about fairly soon anyway. But yeah, as I said, so, you know, don't expect something for nothing, as an awful lot of people do on eBay, but also don't think that you're going to get, you know, I'm going to sell this Lehman Russ model for 20 grand because it's Lehman Russ and I want that kind of money. You know, you've just got to be a bit sensible where these things are concerned. So this leads us nicely onto Pro Painted. every time you hear the phrase pro painted, it just makes you, you just slap yourself in the face. You just think, I just want to chew my arm off and smack somebody around the head who puts pro painted. On my blog, I put a bit on pro painted, and I took a load of pictures that were photos from people's adverts at that specific time, all stating pro painted. Now, some of them I would definitely consider, yes, they are a very professionally a very professional standard painting. Others were just, somebody's got a model, they've sort of gone, right, I'm going to make this pro painted. They've got their paint pot, dipped it into their paint pot and said, right, that's pro painted. That's what they've done. As I said about the what's it called, the commission work and stuff like that. Of course, it's very subjective. People sort of have a tendency to, my painting's a lot better than most, so I'm going to give this pro painted. If you're a professional painter and stuff like that, then you're pro painted. If you're earning money from it, then it could be considered as a professional type thing. But I consider, if you're pro painting, you're doing it for your living. You are a professional, and you're putting your whole heart, body, mind, soul, everything into it. And it seems like you'd have to be exceedingly good to be able to do that. Notwithstanding the fact that there are some people who are absolutely amazing. So watch out for the pro painted stuff, because more often than not it's a load of crap, and somebody's just done that to add more money. I saw on the DACA forum, which is very true. Somebody said, well, somebody's willing to pay for that. So you think, well, fine, okay, yeah, that's excellent. Why not? If you're going to pay for it, I'm not. Go ahead. So watch out for stuff like that. And now, if you're selling, and that's where it gets back to my mountain bike. If you're selling, watch for this, because I've noted this in the last year and a half, maybe even 2 years, because I do watch eBay quite a lot and stuff like that. And as I said, with my mountain bike, a lot of people were interested. Nobody put a bid in. The bike cost me an awful lot of money. It's a fantastic piece of engineering. It's still worth an awful lot of money now, but it's what people do that I've noticed on eBay, and it does really annoy. They watch something, and I had this exactly. I had this for my batch lot of Citadel paints, because getting rid of all of my stuff, well, not getting rid of them, storing my stuff for a year, I know that my Citadel paints wouldn't survive that storage. They mostly end up drying really, really badly and stuff like that, and I didn't want to lose all that money, because the collective amount that I spent on those paints, when you look, you've got 70 odd paints and they're all £2.30 each. Then you hear the thump as your backside hits the floor from prolapsing. It's that bad. But yeah, as I said, I know that my Citadel paints weren't going to survive the storage, so most of my washes are now dried up. So I thought to myself, right, well, what am I going to do? I'll sell them, and I sold them as an all big job lot. I tiered the paints as in sort of full or half full. So basically, full were hardly used, half full were sort of quite used. Everybody's, that people are more than welcome to come and look at it and stuff like that. I got again lots of watchers, like on my mountain bike. Nobody bid, but then I get emails and contacts from people interested after the bid. I got this from my mountain bike, and I got this for the paints. And in the end, an old boy came along, and he spun me a bit of a sad story about his wife and what else have you, and that he was looking just to do something painting wise. He offered me 30 quid, where the initial bid I wanted was 50. I stupidly accepted. I lost, well, from brand new prices, I lost about 160 quid, 150 quid. Of course, that's brand new, so I was rather hoping to get more than 50, but I got 2 messages, one from this old boy who came on because he lived quite near me, and another message from another person who was offering me even less, about 25. And with my mountain bike, exactly the same thing. I had a complete and utter time waster come all the way, 3 hours away from where I live, come and have a look at the bike, bash the bike around a bit as he gave it a test ride, and then basically offer me, so below what I wanted. And you know, it's one thing if you're selling, you have to watch out for. You know, time wasters you certainly have to watch out for, but make sure that, I mean, if people are starting to, you know, they're viewing, but as I said, I've seen that some people are sort of viewing and watching your selling your items, and then they'll come to you after it doesn't sell and then offer you a really low price. Up to you how you deal with it. I personally, I mean, my bike, I told the bloke where to run. You know, I should have told the bloke where to run for my citadel paints, but I didn't, because I was, you know, I felt a bit sorry for him and I was a bit green, I suppose. But I've, you know, been on eBay for quite some years. So, you know, watch for the people with sad stories. Watch for the people that try to really, you know, haggle you down badly. You know, keep your price in mind and say no, and be prepared to accept that it might not sell to that individual. You might have to resell it again or whatever, then it might go. You know, there was one bloke who was selling a 10 years job commemoration Space Marine model plaque thing. He first of all wanted $2,000 for it. Then he put it up again, $2,000. And then he put it, and then it went up for 1,000. And all cases, nobody was like, yeah, no chance, I'm not putting a bid for that. That's insane. So, you know, with your prices, try to bear in mind that yes, you know, if you can get a profit, that's fantastic, but you're not more than, you know, you're more than likely going to lose money. If you're trying to sell, make sure for time wasters and idiots and stuff like that. Also, be prepared that it might not sell. The one thing that I do that does make me quite happy with our hobby and our models is that they do normally sell rather well on eBay, and you can normally make back quite a bit of money that you've already spent. Now, it all depends if you want to sort of, you know, paint the whole army and then try and sell it. That's fine, but you know, I do find that, you know, some models do keep their prices and some models actually do go above that price. So, you know, don't always think, you know, sticking pro painted is going to help you get 200% more than you're asking, because a lot of people are have wised up to that little sort of awful bloody thing, and have realised, no, sorry, it's not, you know, I'm not going to pay that, even if you do say it's pro painted. So you know, tips just to round up, because I've prattled on for mostly long enough. If you're selling, think about your price. Don't underprice yourself, but then again, don't overprice yourself. Check out other people's bids for things that are quite close to yours. Do try to refrain from the pro painted unless you are a professional painter. If not, it's just basically getting a lot of people sort of saying, well, in art yours, I'm not paying that. Some people will pay it, some won't. Be prepared that it might not sell, but don't lose heart, try it again. You know, if you do have to start revising your prices, then have to revise it. One thing I certainly realised for when I was trying to sell my my large set of terrain, my modular terrain pieces, is that I asked for people to come collect it. I went for chicken feed. It went for about £18. I was hoping, you know, the bloke said he was prepared to pay over 60 for it easily. The main reason is because he had to come collect it. I couldn't send it out. So if you can post, or at least get a courier out selling your stuff, then that's absolutely fantastic, because people will then put a lot of bids, because people are lazy on eBay. They don't want to have to get off their backsides and drive to you. You know, bear that in mind. Good photos are very important. There's nothing worse than when, you know, I mean, a lot of bids, you know, a lot of auctions, sorry, won't have any bids because they haven't got any photos. It makes no sense whatsoever. You know, if you're going to put something like that, if you want to have, you know, oh, I want to sell him, I've got to get my lighting right and stuff like that. My lighting's most likely not terribly brilliant here, because I've only got one set of halogens there. I normally have another set over there. But you know, with your photos and stuff like that, try to make sure they're nice and crisp and show the details and stuff if you're proud of that kind of stuff. If you're a buyer, don't be ripped off. You know, have your maximum amount you're willing to pay for that thing in mind, and try not to get taken away with, oh, I really do want that, I know, I'll add another £2 or something like that. Be wary of that. If you're a buyer, make sure that you check out eBay for an awful lot of good deals on there. From a lot of people that have, you know, oh, I used to collect Space Wolves, I can't be bothered now, or I used to collect vampire counts, or, you know, Dark Angels, or Orcs, or whatever. You know, I'm just selling my stuff on, you know, so you can get a lot of good stuff on there. And as I said, with the latest GW price increase, I'm now only buying the old price items in GW. Well, this week, well, not this week, you know, for the year one, for when I disappear from painting and stuff like that. But you know, you know, I'm only buying the GW stuff that was the old price. Any increased price stuff, I'm not paying money for it, and I'm going to look on eBay and just keep on looking on eBay until I can find it. I think I might have covered all things. If I haven't, then please do put a comment below. Subscribe if you want to, like if you like it, and I'll catch you later.